This is the first time any gallery or museum has put on such a comprehensive exhibition on the materials of colour in painting. And we've been able to do it because we have such a long history of study of the collection, as well as a very well-equipped scientific laboratory to analyse the paintings that are at the National Gallery.
Today, artists are spoilt for choice by the vast array of synthetically manufactured paint colours available for them to work with. But journey back in time and you'll find that the things used to make pigments were often as creative as the great works of art they contributed to, from minerals that contain lead, mercury and copper, to crushed insects and sparkling gemstones. It's a story that brings together artistic and scientific endeavour, and it's being celebrated at the National Gallery in the first exhibition of its kind in the UK. Called Making Colour, it spans hundreds of years from the Middle Ages to the end of the 19th century. Ashok Roy is the Director of Collections at the National Gallery.
We have always worked in what you might call a multidisciplinary or cross-disciplinary way. In the National Gallery, we have a long tradition of scientists working with conservators and with art historians. And of course, we bring different skills and different knowledge to understanding the collection. And we've reached that point where we really know a great deal about the way in which European paintings were made. And that means the materials that we use to create them, the way those materials behave, something of their technological history, the connections between colouring materials used in painting and what we would call the sister arts of ceramics, glass making, textile dyeing and so on.
The exhibition has been given a helping hand by a recent addition to the National Gallery's pool of equipment. It's a state-of-the-art, computer-controlled micro-positioning easel. Around 6 metres long, it's capable of holding and slowly moving around a painting up to 2.8 metres high and wide. It was provided through the support of the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council. Their partnership with the National Gallery began in 2010. Joseph Padfield is a conservation scientist at the National Gallery.
We use a number of different types of imaging techniques, from visible light to infrared to X-rays to ultraviolet light, and a number of different textural imaging processes. We decided that it would be easier to move the painting rather than the camera, because that allows us to put any type of camera in front of the painting. The ones we're hoping to do in the future is one called hyperspectral imaging, where you actually measure, instead of just taking a normal red, green, blue image of a painting, you actually measure all of the reflected light coming back. So the whole accurate color. So if you're looking at different types of pigments, you can start to look at the reflectance spectra of these different materials, so that you might be able to look at doing pigment maps, for instance. So you can take a picture of the painting and map where different materials have been used. And this is an area of ongoing research. So this is not something you can easily do now, but it's something that people are wanting to be able to do and are looking to do. So it is an area of research that we're hoping to get into in the future, that this easel will give us a platform on which to begin.
One of the paintings being featured in the exhibition is Sassoferrato's The Virgin in Prayer. Dated between 1640 and 1650, it shows the gentle serenity of Mary's features as she holds her hands together in worship. The soft drape of her cloak is painted in a rich, spectacular, deep royal blue. The folds of the fabric are so convincing that you feel you could reach out and touch them. Ashok Roy describes how this pigment was created.
Sassoferrato's Virgin in Prayer is a very interesting example of the most spectacular use of a pigment called natural ultramarine. And natural ultramarine was extracted from a semi-precious stone called lapis lazuli. And before the 19th century, there was only one known source of lapis lazuli in the world, and that's in what's now a part of Afghanistan, a province called Badakhshan. And from that place and from mines, famous mines there, lapis lazuli was imported into Europe. And a good deal of it found its way into the manufacture of ultramarine pigment, which was a very precious and marvellous material. And you see in this picture a 17th century painter exploiting its absolutely stunning pure blue colour, royal blue colour, in oil paint, in which it holds up over time extremely well. It's very stable material, as well as being such a pure, wonderful blue colour, and a precious material, and a very beautiful material.
Joseph Padfield says the new easel will not only enhance understanding of how a painting like this is constructed, it will also make the detailed examination of great works of art available to a much wider audience because of the images it will help to produce.
Look at it from any distance, you will see one blue. But if you're able to look at that closely, you'll probably see a lot more subtlety to it. You will have the different brushstrokes that will form the shadows and the highlights on the cloak and allow you to see the detail of how the fabric is being portrayed and how the brushstrokes have been layered one over the top of the other to see how the modeling has been achieved. And you can only do that if you have the very special ability to actually take the painting down and look at it under a microscope, which is only really reserved for very, very few people. But if you're able to put that type of painting in a system that will allow you to get extremely high resolution images of it, it will allow that special experience to be achieved by many people.
The National Gallery's new state-of-the-art easel has also helped inspire another part of the Making Colour exhibition, which gives visitors the chance to get involved in an interactive experiment that will feed into future research on human colour perception. It involves capturing the responses of people as they view a picture under different conditions using a tunable LED light source. So, if you want to get a new perspective on an old master, then this unique exhibition is the ideal opportunity to do so. Making Colour is on at the National Gallery until the 7th of September.